You hear this A-Rod story?
I did. I'm shocked.
It just keeps rolling.
I'm shocked.
I know. I mean, my God.
He's a hero to me, Artie. How could he do something like this? How could he betray my confidence?
There's nothing surprising about this jerk-off
I hope they
anymore.
throw. I hope they throw. I'm not even a Yankees fan, and I'm hoping the Yankees can get out of that $125 million they owe him over the rest of that contract because this bum needs to go.
Really? I mean, it's just enough already. It's. I mean, one of the quotes was saying that maybe he might be guilty of obstruction of justice.
That's the idea, though. The scuttlebutt was that whoever was being paid to destroy documents was a emissary from Alex Rodriguez. So that people were trying to connect dots. There's no proof of that yet, but. I mean, look, this guy's now testifying after denying being involved in it altogether.
Yeah.
This is not the end. He might get a big suspension, but that won't even be the end.
Forget about A-Rod too. Baseball in itself, this is going to be a big hit. This is a huge
20 guys
scandal.
they're talking.
Yeah, it's a huge scandal, and baseball's going to have to clean this up at some level in a real way, and just get it behind them, way behind them. But the problem is, every Hall of Fame voting that comes up in the next 30 years, it's going to come up again. The story's going to come up, and A-Rod is the big market guy that's involved, and he was considered the next Willie Mays, whatever, Babe Ruth. Just pick a guy. He was supposed to be the next one. And I mean, have you ever seen an athlete fall this far from grace? I mean, if you think about what could possibly happen to him.
No,
I mean Lance Armstrong, but he's a bicycle rider enough. He rides bikes. There's a baseball player. It's a New York Yankee.
Yeah.
I could care less about a guy who rides bikes. I don't care. It doesn't break. And I don't care what you say. A bunch of kids are waking up brokenhearted over Lance Armstrong.
Right. I mean,
A-Rod's a Yankey.
I think Bonds would rival him.
Yeah.
Bonds is fall.
True,
but it's only baseball.
For the same reason.
The same reason. McGuire, Bonds, Sammy Sosa, all the guys that were just juicing their brains out in the late 90s and early part of this century. They all are lumped into one big fat category. You mentioned that the Hall of Fame voting is going to continue to bring these stories up. You're 100% right. Until the sports writers who are voters that are age 30 right now are dead,
exactly.
It's still going to be talked about, in perpetuity from this point. For the next 50 years, this will be part of the conversation.
Well, you represent that group, younger sports writers. I mean, would you vote for any of these guys?
Never in a million years.
Never, right?
Never.
Okay.
And I'm obviously not a baseball Hall of Fame voter, but I'm a boxing Hall of Fame voter.
Right.
And guys that are connected to boxing, like Shane Mosley, connected to steroids, I'm never going to vote for him.
Right.
I know that other people were doing it, but if I have direct proof that someone was doing it, I'm certainly not going to give him my vote.
And that's all you could go with as a writer. And what are you going to do? You need the direct proof. Unfortunately, it's not the fairest system in the world, but what is? It's like, it's funny.
But even like the connected Artie, like Jeff Bagwell, there's really been no evidence that Jeff Bagwell has been using performance-enhancing drugs. No direct evidence.
Right.
He was just part of that era. And people are just lumping him in and saying, well, he's a big, giant, muscular guy.
Right.
He got injured a lot, which apparently is part of the problem. He hit a lot of home runs. He's got to be doing it too.
Isn't that ironic that one of the signs is you got injured a lot?
Yeah, your body breaks down.
Yeah, right. There's the irony. I mean, it's unbelievable.
But the reason for that, from what I understand, is your ligaments and tendons aren't able to withstand the additional force that your muscles place on them.
It destroys your body in ways where, it either can destroy your body from directly affecting it by using it, or whatever it's masking could cause you to behave in a way where you hurt your body. Mm-hmm. It's funny, as you were walking in, we were talking about tomorrow on the show, we're going to have this guy in here. Who we're having in, Richard Lerchman or William H. Burns?
Burns.
Okay, William J. Burns. William J. Burns wrote this book called Dr. Feelgood. It's basically about the guy who discovered how to deliver methamphetamines to a human being's body, this guy, Dr. Max Jacobson. And he was shooting up Marilyn Monroe and JFK.
Yeah.
And
in the middle of the Bay of Pigs.
Right. In the middle of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Changed history.
JFK was running around on meth.
JFK was high as a kite.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll cause you to be a little more aggressive, right? If you're on.
Bomb him.
Yeah.
He was running around like he was at a DJ Afrojack concert.
But he also injected Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle.
When he was in the home run battle with Roger
Is
Maris.
Willie Mays in here too? Maybe
No.
No, it's not Mays. I tell you, Willie Mays must have been a class guy because he really is someone. Everyone says he was real nice and just played by the book, and Mick is always the a-hole in every story. But he was shooting on Mickey Mantle. It says here too. during the home run race. So I don't know. I
Just
guess,
goes to show nobody's clean.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Mickey Mantle.
I mean, this era of the '90s, I think the stuff they took was far more potent and had far more of an everlasting effect. But you know, if that book's true and the stuff's in it's true, then it's clear that people even back then were using stuff to give them performance-enhancing substance. That's specific.
This stuff got you high, and now there's a whole there's a whole generation of kids out there, who take Adderall.
Right.
So basically shrinks figured out a way how to put it in a pill form and give it a nice name, Adderall, and say, look, kids go into their parents' kitchen nowadays and they go, look, in history class, I can't pay attention. I'm looking out the window sometimes. Instead of getting an A, I'm getting a C. I get an A in everything else. So they take them to the shrink goes, you can't pay attention. You got attention deficit disorder. Take amphetamines. They give them meth.
Well,
when they're like 14, they give them amphetamines. And then, maybe if you get anxiety from it, Xanax to come down from it, and then you're in hell.
Adderall is what Richard Sherman just tested positive for, the Seahawks quarterback.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he only got out of that wreck because the chain of custody, crap, where his suspension was revoked because someone broke the chain of custody with his test. It didn't mean he didn't do it, but somebody was sloppy with the testing procedure.
There was just an episode of Mad Men on, I guess, where this guy, there's a character is supposed to be this guy based on Dr. Max Jacobson. They're in the ad agency trying to come up with a bunch of ads for Chevrolet, and they got a deadline to hit. They're all exhausted. So that real creepy guy played by Harry Hamlin. I don't know if you guys watch that show.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I watch it.
He's the ultimate creep, that guy. Calls in this doctor, and they shoot him up with amphetamines for 3 days. They're running around like crazy, making no sense, but they're up and working. And we used to call it speed. We used to take speed sometimes, and now they put it into where a shrink gives it to you, so people accept it.
This guy in this book, it details when he overdid it with JFK, shot him at one point, and JFK was running naked through the halls of a hotel, and the Secret Service was trying to...
The Carlisle in New York here?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you gotta watch
that's something you can't picture Obama doing.
Yeah.
Well, what was he banging broads, probably? Because that's the other
that's the thing.
When
He
you're
was on
on
steroids for his back issues because he'd been injured in World War II.
Right.
Had back problems that they wanted to hide from the public. And so he was taking steroids and methamphetamine. So they said that those combined to make him sexually ravenous, insatiable. And so that's why he was...
The new Viagra. Or the old Viagra.
The old Viagra. Just a complete drug addict. A complete maniac.
Meth and steroids.
Right.
That gets you aroused.
That's good. That's good when you're the president to be on meth and steroids. All right. We're going to take a break. Maybe some more phone calls, some more of the A-Rod stuff. We'll talk some hoops. And
Artie, let me ask you before you go to the break.
Yeah.
More believable, and God help me if this Michael Douglas story is really true, but more believable, Michael Douglas getting cancer from, or Brad Pitt's face blindness. More believable.
I'm going to go with the Michael Douglas story. I think Brad Pitt just is making up face blindness because he doesn't want to. He wants to pretend he doesn't ever want to talk to someone he's ever met before. I don't know you. I have face blindness. Sorry.